Lund University is one of Northern Europe's oldest and most prestigious universities, consistently ranking among the world's top 100 universities. Further, it ranks among the best universities in Northern Europe and in international rankings. The university, located in the city of Lund in the province of Scania, Sweden, traces its roots back to 1425, when a Franciscan Studium Generale was founded in Lund next to the Lund Cathedral, arguably making it the oldest institution of higher education in Scandinavia, followed by Studier Generalia in Uppsala in 1477 and Copenhagen in 1479. The current university was however not founded until 1666 after Sweden acquired Scania in the 1658 peace agreement with Denmark. Lund University has 8 faculties, with additional campuses in the cities of Malmö and Helsingborg, with 42,000 students in 276 different programs and around 2,200 separate courses. The university has some 600 partner universities in over 70 countries, and it belongs to the League of European Research Universities as well as the global universitas21 network. 2 major facilities for materials research are in Lund University, Max IV, which will be a world-leading synchrotron radiation laboratory, and European Spallation Source, a European facility that will be home to the world's most powerful neutron source. The university traditionally centers on the Lundegård Park adjacent to the Lund Cathedral, with various departments spread in different locations in town, but mostly concentrated in a belt stretching north from the park connecting to the university hospital area and continuing out to the northeastern periphery of the town, where one finds the large campus of the Faculty of Engineering. History. Medieval origins. The city of Lund has a long history as a center for learning and was the ecclesiastical center and seat of the Archbishop of Denmark. A cathedral school for the training of clergy was established in 1085 and is today Scandinavia's oldest school. 17th–19th centuries. After the Treaty of Roskilde in 1658, the Scanian lands came under the possession of the Swedish crown, which quickly founded the Lund University in 1666 as a means of Swedification. It was the 5th university under the Swedish king, after Uppsala University, the University of Tartu, the Academy of Abo, and the University of Greifswald. It is the 2nd oldest university on Swedish ground today. The university was named Academia Carolina after Charles X Gustaf of Sweden. The name was in some formal use until the late 19th century, when Lund University became the widespread denomination. The university was at its founding granted 4 faculties: law, theological, medicine and philosophy. They were the cornerstones, and for more than 200 years this system was in effect. Towards the end of the 17th century, the number of students hovered around 100. Some notable professors in the early days were Samuel Pufendorf, a juridical historian, and Canutus Hahn and Christian Papke in philosophy. The Scanian War in 1676 led to a shutdown, which lasted until 1682. The university was reopened largely due to regional patriots, but the university was not to enjoy a high status until well into the 19th century. Lecturing rooms were few, and lectures were held in the Lund Cathedral and its adjacent chapel. The professors were underpaid. In 1713, Charles XII of Sweden entered Lund. He stayed in Lund for 3 years, in between his warlike expeditions. Lund and the university attracted a temporary attention boost. The most notable lecturer during this time was Andreas Rydelius. Peace was finally restored with the death of Charles XII in 1718, and during the first half of the 18th century the university was granted added funds. The number of students was now well around 500. Despite not being on par with Uppsala University, it had still built a solid reputation and managed to attract prominent professors. Around 1760 the university reputation dropped as the number of students fell below 200, most of whom hailed from around the province. However, by 1780 its reputation was largely restored, and continued to rise through the 1820s. This was largely owing to popular and well-educated lecturers, particularly in philology. The prominent Professor S.I.S. Tegné was a particularly notable character with widespread authority. He, in turn, attracted others towards Lund. One of these was the young theological student C.G. Brunius, who studied ancient languages under Tegné and were later to become professor of Greek. With time he was to devote himself to architectures, and he redesigned several of Lund's buildings, as well as churches of the province. A student called Elsa Collin was the first woman in the whole of Sweden to take part in Bäck's 20th century. Present in the early 20th century, the university had a student population as small as 1,000, consisting largely of upper-class pupils training to become civil servants, lawyers and doctors. In the coming decades it started to grow significantly, until it became one of the country's largest. In 1964 the social sciences were split from the Faculty of Humanities. Lund Institute of Technology was established in 1961 but was merged with Lund University 8 years later. In recent years, Lund University has been very popular among applicants to Swedish higher education institutions, both nationally and internationally. For studies starting in autumn 2012, Lund received 11,160 foreign master's applications from 152 countries, which was roughly one-third of all international applications to Swedish universities. Women at the university. The first woman to study in Lund was Hildegard Björk, who had previously studied in Uppsala and had there been the first Swedish woman ever to get an academic degree. Her tenure in Lund was however very brief, and the medical student Hedda Andersson, who entered the university later in 1880, is usually mentioned as the first woman at Lund University. Hilma Borelius was the first woman who finished a doctorate in Lund. In 1910, the first woman to be appointed to a professor's chair was the historian Birgitta Ode Akuten. In 1992, Boel Flodgren, professor of business law, was appointed rector magnificus of Lund University. As such, she was the first woman to be the head of a European university campus. The university's facilities are mainly located in the small city of Lund in Scania, about 15 kilometers away from central Malmö and 50 kilometers from Copenhagen. The university's prominence and large student population have much impact on the city, effectively making it a university town. Over 100 university buildings scatter around town, most of them in an area covering more than 1 square kilometer, stretching towards the northeast from Lundegård Park in the very center of town. Buildings in and around Lundegård include the main building, Kungshuset, the historical museum and the academic society's headquarters. The main library building is located in a park 400 meters to the north, followed by the large hospital complex. Lund University has a satellite campus in nearby Malmö, Sweden's third largest city. The Faculty of Fine and Performing Arts 3 academies, Malmö Art Academy, Malmö Academy of Music and Malmö Theatre Academy, are all located in Malmö. The city is also the location of Skane University Hospital, where Lund University performs a considerable amount of research and medical training. Campus Helsingborg is, as the name suggests, located in the city of Helsingborg, almost 50 kilometers from Lund. Opened in 2000, it consists of a building in the city center, right next to the central train station and the harbor. Nearly 3,000 students are based on the campus. The Department of Service Management and the Department of Communication and Media are among those located at the campus in Helsingborg. Teaching and training at the School of Aviation takes place at an airfield next to the town of Ljungbyhed, about 40 kilometers away from Lund. Library. Lund University Library was established in 1666 at the same time as the university and is one of Sweden's oldest and largest buildings. Since 1698, it has received legal deposit copies of everything printed in the country. Today 6 Swedish libraries receive legal deposit copies, but only Lund and the Royal Library in Stockholm are required to keep everything for posterity. Swedish imprints make up half of the collections, which amount to 170,000 linear meters of shelving. The library serves 620,000 loans per year, the staff is 200 full-time equivalents, and the 33 branch libraries house 2,600 reading room desks. The current main building at Helgenabacken opened in 1907. Before that, the old building was Liberiet close to the city's cathedral. Liberiet was built as a library in the 15th century, but now serves as a cafe. Hospital education and research in the health sciences at the university is operated in cooperation with Skåne University Hospital, located in both Lund and Malmö. Medical education takes place in the Biomedical Center, next to the hospital in Lund. Nursing and occupational therapy are taught in the Health Sciences Center nearby. The university also operates the Clinical Research Center in Malmö, featuring many specialized laboratories. Organization. Administration. The University Board is the university's highest decision-making body. The board comprises the vice-chancellor, representatives of the teaching staff and students, and representatives of the community and business sector. Chair of the board is Margot Wallström. Executive power lies with the vice-chancellor and the university management group, to which most other administrative bodies are subordinate. Faculties. Lund University is divided into 8 faculties. Faculties of Humanities and Theology, Faculty of Engineering, Faculty of Fine and Performing Arts, Faculty of Law, Faculty of Medicine, Faculty of Science, Faculty of Social Sciences, School of Economics and Management. Research centers. The university is also organized into more than 20 institutes and research centers, such as Lund University Center for Sustainability Studies, Biomedical Center, Center for Biomechanics, Center for Chemistry and Chemical Engineering, Chemicentrum, Center for East and Southeast Asian Studies, Center for European Studies, Center for Geographical Information Systems, Center for Innovation, Research and Competence in the Learning Economy, Center for Middle Eastern Studies at Lund University, Center for Molecular Protein Science, Center for Risk Analysis and Management, International Institute for Industrial Environmental Economics at Lund University, Lund Functional Food Science Center, Lund University Diabetes Center, Max Lab, Accelerator Physics, Synchrotron Radiation and Nuclear Physics Research, Puffendorf Institute, Raoul Wallenberg Institute for Human Rights and Humanitarian Law, Swedish South Asian Studies Network. Academics. Education. Approximately 42,000 students study within one of the 276 educational programs, the 100 international master's programs or the 2,200 freestanding courses. Around 500 courses are, or can be, held in English for the benefit of international exchange students. There are several programs allowing foreign students to study abroad at the university. Notable exchangees include United States Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who spent time at Lund University in the 1960s conducting research. The university offers 9 out of the 20 most sought-after programs in Sweden. The master's program in international marketing is the most popular choice in the country, with almost 1,000 applications yearly. Research. Lund University is well known as one of Scandinavia's largest research universities. It ranks among top performers in the European Union in terms of papers accepted for publication in scientific journals. It is one of Sweden's top receiver of research grants, most of which come from government-funded bodies. The EU is the university's second-largest external research funder, and Lund is the 23rd largest receiver of funding within the Union's 7th Framework Programme. The university is active in many internationally important research areas such as nanotechnology, climate change and stem cell biology. Innovation. One of the most famous innovations based on research from Lund University is diagnostic ultrasound, which is today a routine method of examination in hospitals around the world. Other examples of pioneering innovations are the artificial kidney, which laid the foundations for the multinational company Gambro and which makes life easier for dialysis patients worldwide, and Bluetooth technology, which enables wireless communication over short distances. Rankings. Lund University is among the most renowned institutions of higher learning in the Nordic countries and is rarely ranked below 100 in the world by the most influential ranking agencies. Lund was ranked 60th in the world in the 2014-15 QS World University Rankings. In 2015, it ranked 90th in the world by the Times Higher Education World University Rankings, and in the Academic Ranking of World Universities, compiled by Shanghai Jiao Tong University, it was in the 101 to 150 category. In the recent released National Taiwan University Ranking, Lund University is ranked 87th in the world for performance ranking of scientific papers for World Universities 2015. In 2011, Times Higher Education compiled a special world ranking based exclusively on reputation for teaching and research, where Lund University appeared in the 71 to 80 category. In the same year, QS issued World University Rankings by subject, placing Lund within the top 50 in environmental sciences, geography and area studies, physical sciences and civil and structural engineering. In 2014, the National Secretary of Higher Education, Science, Technology and Innovation, Ecuador, as a parameter for awarding scholarships, created a list of top universities around the world, placing Lund University in top 1 in natural sciences, mathematics and statistics, and top 3 in both fields: information technology and communication, and engineering, manufacturing and construction. The 2013-2014 Times Higher Education World University Rankings Engineering and Technology Table, placing Lund University 78 around the world, in Art and Humanities, 74th, in Clinical, Preclinical and Health, 77th, in Life Sciences, 67th, and in Physical Sciences, 57th. The Academic Ranking of World Universities in Engineering, Technology and Computer Sciences 2013 placed to Lund University 76 to 100 category. The 2013-2014 Europe placed to Lund University 69 in the world with qualification A++. The 2015-16 Times Higher Education World University Rankings placed the university in 90th place worldwide. Student life. Lund's student life is based on 3 central structures: the student nations, the academic society and the student unions. Before July 1, 2010, students were required to enroll in a student union, nation or AF in order to receive grades at the university. But this is no longer compulsory. Students may still enroll in these organizations if they wish. Student nations. The nations in Lund are a central part of the university's history, initially serving as residential colleges for students, organized by geographic origin. Osgota Nation, the oldest nation, was established in 1668, 2 years after the university was founded. While the nations still offer limited housing, today they are best described as student societies. Today students may enroll in any nation, although the nations still preserve their geographic names. In most cases it does not matter what nation one enrolls in, but different nations offer different activities for interested students. Each nation has student housing, but the accommodations in no way meet demand, and they are usually appointed according to a queue system. Each nation has at least one pub evening per week, with the following nightclub. The Olympic event in the course of an activity year is the organization of student balls once a year. Most well known of the nation balls is the ball hosted by Göteborg's nation, called the Gustav II Adolf Ball. Most nations also host at least one banquet per week, where a three-course dinner is served. Each nation also has different activities for students interested in sports, arts, or partying. All activities within the nations are voluntary. The Academic Society in 1830, Professor Carl Adolf Agard formed Akademiska Föreningen, commonly referred to as AF, with the goal of developing and cultivating the academic life by bringing students and faculty from all departments and student nations together in one organization. Prince Oscar I, then Sweden's Chancellor of Education, donated 2,000 krona to help found the society. In 1848, construction began on AF Borgen, which is located opposite the main building in Lund. To this day, AF is the center of student life in Lund, featuring many theater companies, a prize-winning student radio, and organizing the enormous Lundakarnevalen every 4 years. AF Bostäder, an independent foundation with close ties to Akademiska Föreningen, maintains over 5,700 student residences in Lund. Student unions. The student unions represent students in various decision-making boards within the university and counsel students regarding their rights, housing and career options. There are 9 student unions, one for each faculty and an additional union for doctoral students. Lund's doctoral student union is further divided into councils, one for each faculty except for the faculties of engineering and fine and performing arts. The unions are incorporated into the Association of Lund University Student Unions. It has 2 full-time representatives who go to weekly meetings with the Vice-Chancellor and other organizational university bodies. The Student Union Association runs services such as Loan Institute, a daycare center and a website with housing information. It also publishes the monthly Lundagard magazine.